is breaking tonight. Prince Andrew is giving up all of his titles, including the Duke of York. It follows a string of scandals surrounding his relationship with paedophile Jeffrey Epstein and his relationship with an alleged Chinese spy. But of course, he will remain a prince, as this remains his birthright. The Duke's ex-wife, Sarah, Duchess of York, will also lose her title and will be known as Sarah Ferguson. And tonight, Prince Andrew issued the following statement. He said, "In discussion with the King, who is of course his brother, and my immediate and wider family, we have concluded the continued accusations about me distracts from the work of His Majesty and the royal family. I have decided, as I always have, to put my duty to my family and country first. I stand by my decision 5 years ago to stand back from public life. With His Majesty's agreement, we feel I must now go a step further. I will therefore no longer use my title or the honours which have been conferred upon me. As I have said previously, I vigorously deny the accusations against me." Well, joining me now exclusively on GB News is world-renowned interviewer Daphne Barak, who's interviewed heads of state, Hollywood stars, and broke the emails of Fergie and Prince Andrew to Epstein. Daphne, great to see you again. Well, it's a very big day in the life of Prince Andrew, as he now is. Yeah, your reaction to this news and, frankly, the part that you've played in this.
I'm actually very sad, Bess, I have to say. I don't understand how people confuse between when they're entitled. It doesn't give you privileges, it gives you obligations. And if you and I lied publicly on television, oh my gosh, let alone a Duke and a Duchess, right? And Sarah has been confiding in me for years. We had so many private conversations. That really brought tears to my eyes. And just right afterward, I have to say, I have known about emails between them and Epstein for a while. So the Sun on Sunday and the Daily Mail, we're a great team, as you know. We were working on it for a while. Paramount, which is my television deals, joined Channel 5 in your country. We became a great deal, and I did confront Sarah. I did say to her, she called me to complain about the book, of Andrew Loney, and she was very upset that HarperCollins went against her. And I said, it didn't go against you. They have many imprints. They had your book, they have his book. And she said, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Would you print it? And I said, no, I'm not going to do your dirty laundry. And I said, the book is not your problem, Sarah. It's not your biggest problem. You have emails coming out. We talked on the phone at length. I walked her through and I said, your name appears in emails, but some emails are written by you. And I was expecting for somebody who I've spent so many hours and supported her during cancer when nobody knew she had cancer. I was expecting her to tell me the truth. We're talking about relationship with one of the worst pedophiles on earth after you told the public and your ex-husband told the public you cut any relations. And when I got the phone call, I would never forget, it was a Wednesday night, that we unearthed the emails between Sarah and Epstein after she lied to the public that she cut any connection with him. I was crying. I couldn't believe this email to say, like, oh my God, I needed to save my career with children charity and children books. You're saying it to a pedophile? Oh gosh. And then, of course, everybody knew that we have more. And we did unearth the email between Andrew and him. This was a day after the photo with the Virginia Giuffre was published on the Mail on Sunday. And it was difficult. Virginia did trust me, despite the fact that I conducted the only interview with Ghislaine Maxwell in jail, and they were enemies. Besides the fact that she knew that Sarah and I have been in constant contact, she did trust me. I was devastated when she died. But Virginia did not bring Andrew down. There's nothing new in the book. I'm very glad the book is out because she's like talking from the grave, but there's nothing new in the book. The reason that he went down, there were phone calls from the palace to my papers. They wanted to ask if Daphne has more, which we do have more, and you'll see it. And they just said already yesterday that all options will be taken. So it wasn't a surprise for us. There's a reason that Andrew and Sarah lost everything Because they brought it on themselves. They lied to the public. Why?
We're living in a time of what feels like pretty significant social change, and it makes us question things that we've even taken for granted for decades. And one of those at the moment that people are wondering about is actually money. Is the money in your bank account safe? Should you be investing elsewhere? Are we looking at a potential global crash? What will it mean for your savings? Is there a way that you could be using your money that might be outside of government control even? Well, TallyMoney is potentially one solution. So I'm delighted to say that I'm joined today by the CEO and founder of TallyMoney, Cameron Parry. What is TallyMoney?
Well, at TallyMoney, you basically get gold you can spend. So we give people an individual account in their name, everyday account. They get a sort code, an account number. They use that account just like they would pounds from their bank, but it's milligrams of gold that we brand as Tally.
Okay. Why would you do that, though? What is the benefit to the customer instead of just having a normal pound sterling account?
Gold's performance against the pound is above 11% per annum over the last 25 years on average. But we still need money in our daily lives, and we have savings. We know that it's good common sense and prudent to save up for things, not just live in credit. You know, whether it's a holiday or a rainy day, your retirement planning, you need to have money in your life, basically, that you can rely on, that's dependable, that nobody meddles with, that nobody can weaponize against you, which is another element of government control when it's the government currency, which we could talk about another time. And it should be pretty simple and straightforward, and that's what we deliver at Tally. And really, we just want people to feel safe and happy with their money. There was a time when the bigger your bank balance, the more confident you felt. Now it's like, I need to do something with it. I can't leave it there. In Tally, you can.
Okay, brilliant. Cameron Parry from TallyMoney, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bev.
What can we expect, Daphne? Can you give us an idea of what more might come out? How damaging will it be for both of them?
We never say what's coming. When after Fergie, everybody thought, are we going to unearth more Fergie emails? They are, but we actually unearth Andrew. We never say what's coming next. There are things coming next and not what people think. But I have to tell you, I am sharing with you that there was a volume of emails between them. There were not one or two or three. There were volumes of emails between them. It was a very hectic traffic there. And the relationship was much more tight. So again, it's a very sad day. I would think with people with such background and entitlement, you would just think that they would not lie to the public. And I'm talking about her giving an interview to the Evening Standard front page, and him looking at BBC cameras, and they both say we cut any contacts with him. I frankly cannot understand that. As my friend Susan Zirinsky from CBS, which is my collaborator, of course, in many specials, says to me always, Daphne, when you send an email or send a text, it can be tomorrow the front page of a paper. And here we go.
So in their case, do you think it was naivety or just a sense of being untouchable and invincible and that somebody would always cover their backs?
So smart of you, Bess, because one thing we forget when we started to think about it, we're talking about 2011. Andrew was still a working royal, right? He was still a trade ambassador for UK, right? Very lucrative job to meet billionaires and everything. And he was a favorite son of the Queen, and there's no doubt, right? So I think at that point, if you told him, Bess, that in 2019, 8 years later, he would be stripped from his title, he would look at you laughing, right? And Sarah, of course, was with him. I mean, there were many scandals that Sarah basically reinvented herself afterward. So I think at that point he felt invincible, and I think that's why he went. And the fact that he went and sent this email to Epstein a few hours after the photo with Virginia Giuffre, he didn't say A. I didn't believe when I saw the email at the beginning. He sent A, HRH, the Duke of York, KG. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, like there was not even an attempt to hide it. So why do that's why I think at the time he did that. My question is to you, Bess, going 8 years later, looking at Emily, which did a great job, and Newsnight, and telling her, no, I ceased any contact with him after I saw him in New York in December 2010, which he must have remembered that he sent these emails. This is not the only email. I can't understand it.
Yeah. Daphne, I could talk to you all night, but unfortunately, we've run out of time, but we will have you back on very soon. There's no way that this is going away, and if it wasn't for you, the public would not be aware of a lot of this, so thank you.
Can I say one last thing, Bess? I'm sorry to contradict Liz, but Donald Trump has been my friend since I'm 20. And I applaud him for the peace in Gaza. Thank you for bringing the 20 hostages back. And I know he will do anything to get peace. However, Epstein is not going away. Epstein is talking from the grave. He knows that Donald is a very smart man. And as the Congress here, everybody's unearthing and everybody's including his own base for any revelation about Epstein. So I don't agree with Liz. This is not the end of the story. I mean, whatever you don't unearth about Jeffrey Epstein, the Democrats in America and MAGA, his base, wants more, M-O-R-E.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. Daphne, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We'll speak to you very soon.